Hello and welcome to another Pilates class with me. If you're really enjoying the channel, and I hope you are, please hit subscribe because it really helps me out. Now you might be wondering what I'm wearing today. This isn't a bad fashion statement. These are ankle weights. I've just got 1 kilo on each foot, and you find as the class progresses, 1 kilo might be plenty. I wouldn't go much heavier than 2 kilos if you've got them. Absolutely not essential to this class. This can all be done without equipment, but we're going to do lots of balancing and lots of lower body strength to help improve your balance, your stability, and the strength of the muscles that support your ankles, your knees and your hips. So let's get started with our foot series. We'll begin with our feet in the parallel position. That just means you want your ankles to be roughly underneath your hip bones, toes pointing forwards, and we'll begin with some little heel lifts. So we'll lift up and down. We're going to do this to the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, down 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, lift that crown, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We speed it up, 1 and 2, down 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 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 2 more, we go 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 1 and 2, and speed it up, 1 down 2, 1 down 2, up, and up, and up, and up, and up, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Well done. Hopefully those calf muscles are alive. You know exactly where they are. And those calf muscles, as we know, are really important for supporting our ankle stability. We're going to move into some plies now, so still in our parallel foot position. We're just going to go into a gentle knee bend. So as we bend the knees, make sure we're taking the weight through the front portion of the foot and the back portion of the foot there. So we've got knees bent, we've got ankles bent slightly, and you are welcome to take a gentle hinge forwards over the hips if you find that useful here. So then we're going to just gently draw that back up. So gently knee bend and tall, knee bend and tall, knee bend and tall. So it's your ankles and your knees bending and your hips sitting backwards. So sink those hips, lengthen those sit bones, that's it. As you start to go, you might be able to get a little bit deeper each time. 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it down. So we've got weight in the front and the back of the foot, haven't we? We've bent our knees forwards, lengthened our sit bones back. Just going to do a mini up and down, mini up and down. And rather than thinking of this as a pulse, because I think when you pulse, you kind of let go on the release phase, we're thinking mini up, mini down, mini up, mini down. So we're actually in charge and intentional through both parts of this movement, through the up and the down. So just here for a few more. That's it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it nice and low, hold it nice and low. Take a few deep breaths, find length through your crown and length through your tailbone. Scooping in through the abdominals, lengthening your sit bones back, just holding here. We're going to start to take the arms either side as we come into a chair pose type position. So really lengthening the sit bones, bring the upper arms towards the ears, draw the shoulder blades down the back and breathe. 3, 2, 1. Start to circle the arms, come all the way up to the tiptoes. Find balance as you bring your hands front and center, holding, 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 keep holding, nearly there. 3, 2, and release, relax, lovely. Okay, so bringing your heels together and your toes turned out like Charlie Chaplin feet. This is our first Pilates foot position, and we're going to move on to heel pedals. So hands just gently on the hips, finding those neutral hips, and you're going to lift one heel. You can see the knee bends out to the side, and lift the other. So starting to go side to side with your heel pedals and your wide knees. Anchor down through your tailbone, so you're keeping your tailbone anchored down between your heels. You might even want to think about drawing your pubic bone up towards your nose And that again will just help to keep your pelvis balanced. We're on a nice upright spine for this one. And I quite like hands on hips because it lets you know if your hips are staying absolutely balanced and level, or whether you've got a bit of tilting and tipping side to side, which we want to avoid, don't we? So keeping going with these for about another 5 seconds. Nice. And then we're going to take these into a plie variation. So heels back together. This time we're going to go into our plie first. So you open your knees wide, squeezing with the outsides of the hips and the bottom to pull the knees open. Okay, so we want to be working these side muscles to open the knees. We also want to tuck our tailbone and draw our pubic bone up so that we've got this tall stature through the spine. Lifting one heel there and swap and swap and swap. So we're in this nice plie position, slight bend through the knees, and we're just swapping our heel raise, keeping our neutral hips in place. Good. Wide through the knees, anchor through the tailbone. That's it. A little bit of core engagement required here as well. So keep going for a few more. We go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and heels down, stretch up. So we're going to find our wider second position. If you can turn your heels out and then turn your toes out again, you'll be able to find that nice wide position through your feet. This is roughly where you want to be. If you need to be wider or narrower to kind of make your knees a bit happier, absolutely fine. We're going to find our plie position. So opening the knees, again we're using the outside of the hips and the bum here, so almost try and pull your knees back towards the wall behind you, okay? And then we're going to see if we can go a little bit lower, so that bigger plie and then tall. So we plie, go deeper and tall. We plie, go deeper and tall. We plie, go deeper and tall. Plie, go deeper and tall. Imagine you're sliding down the wall and up the wall. So we're keeping that nice straight back, anchoring down through the tailbone, knees nice and wide. Good. And another 4 of these. Plie, deeper, tall, wide through the knees and tall. Plie, deeper, tall, plie, and deeper and tall. Hold it there, hands on hips, wide knees, just a nice normal plie, not too deep. We're going to take a weight shift. So just straighten one leg and it takes you into the other. The knee is still externally rotated, hip is still working hard. I'm not overshooting or overloading the toes here, so if you feel that's the case, you might want to adjust and make your stance a tiny bit wider. You might find that helpful, because we still want to use the heel and the ball of the foot as well as the toes, okay? So we're not overloading the kneecap. And then just shift to the other side. So we're going to switch and switch. So we're thinking wide knees each time, aren't we? We start to add in some arms as we look towards our fingertip each side, if you want to add in some arms. Good, so just side to side, to side, to side. Just weight shifting, lovely. Extending the arm if you wish to follow, or just keeping hands on hips if that's enough. Wide knees, tailbone anchoring down between the heels, nice and tall structure through the spine. Lovely, and 3, and 2, and 1. Nice. Back to center. You can straighten up through the legs for a break. We're going to take that plie again, and this time as we take our weight shift, we're going to lift through the heel to point the toe. So we're starting to take a toe point here as we go side to side. Again, see if you can try and keep your hips level so that we've not got this tipping and hoiking of the hip. Okay, so hips nice and level. Imagine you've got that bowl of water, that basin of water around the pelvis, and that basin of water, you want to keep it nice and full. So we're not pouring it out to the left or out to the right as you take your weight shifts. Again, adjust width if you need to come narrower or if you need to go wider. But knees nice and wide, nice and neutral through that pelvic water bowl, and spine nice and tall. So we're going to make that tougher. We're going to start to lift. So take it a bit slow, take your tiptoe, keeping your hips level. Can you get a little lift and lower? And it does not have to be high. It's not how high can you kick your leg, it's just can you disengage from the floor to balance on the other leg. Keeping that pelvic water bowl absolutely steady. That's it. So going side to side to side. And if you do end up tipping your water bowl, you're going to end up looking like a sumo wrestler. Okay, then all the elegance disappears. So we're trying to find that nice level pelvic position. So this is actually really strong hip control. If you're managing this, you're doing really, really well. So anchoring that tailbone down. Remember, you're kind of coming through that plie at the centre and then a little lift. Plie at the centre, little lift. And we're just going to go for another 6, 5. Taking your time, you can go a bit slower if you need to. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Good, back through to centre, stay in that plie. We're going to take that weight shift one more time. This time we're going to lift and hold. So if you need to hold on to something, find something to hold on to, lift and hold. We're going to turn our hip in and out, in and out, in and out, in. One more time, in and out. Good, place it back in that lovely plie position and we'll travel to the other side. Find that hip lift, level through the hips, turn in and out, in and out. So this is coming from your hip socket, in and out. Your thigh bones turning 2 more times and out. Last time, in and out. Place that foot down, lovely. Come back in and stretch up tall. Bring those feet back in. They're going to come to parallel position and we're going to find a 1-leg balance. So again, if you want to grab a chair or anything to hold on to, just going to come to balance on one leg. I've got something to hold on to here as well. If I show you from the side angle, I think this will be better. So we're just going to lift the legs so that our thighs are next to each other, knees are kind of next to each other. And from there we're going to do a very mini kick back because I want to make sure your lower back feels okay. So you're just going to take the leg back behind you slightly and then knees together. Yeah, that's it. So back, together, back, together. Keeping the tallness through your spine. Thinking about keeping your tailbone tucked down a little bit and actually just squeezing into the glute muscle. It's a small movement, but really squeezing into, you'll feel it at the top of the glute. That's it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to take that leg away slightly. So again, thinking about your neutral hip position, you're going to just take that out to the side and in, 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 and 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. We're just going to change legs. Same again. So finding your thighs kind of just next to each other. We can have a softness at this standing leg. It doesn't have to be completely straight. And we take that mini pulse back, together, back, together. Keeping that tailbone long. We're avoiding compression in the lower back there. And we're trying to squeeze into the bottom. You probably feel it mostly in the top of the butt. That's it. And we're about halfway through these. Let's go for another 5, 4, 3, good, 2, 1. And then we go for our abductions. So that's our wide, together, wide, together. And again, we're trying our best to keep our hips quite level. So that might mean just reining in a little bit, because you probably can kick wider and higher than this, but we're trying to keep that nice length through the spine, keeping that posture in mind, and trying not to tip all the water out of our pelvic water bowl down our leg. So we've got about another 4, 3, 2, and 1, lovely. And swapping legs again, we're going to alternate between the kick back and the abduction. So finding your thighs roughly next to each other, a softness at the standing leg for support. We go back, together, wide, together, back, together, wide, together, back, together, wide, together, back, together, wide. Keep a hold of those hips nice and steady. Back, together, wide, together. 3 more rounds. Back, together, wide. 2 more. Back, together, wide, together, and back, together, and wide, together. Changing legs here for 8 rounds. finding your thighs roughly next to each other, softness at the standing leg, thinking about lengthening rather than arching and dumping into that lower back. We go back, together, wide, together, back, together, wide, together, back, together, wide, together, back, together, wide. We've got 4 more rounds. Back, together, wide, together, back, together, wide, together, back, together, wide. Keep that lower back happy. Back, together, wide, and I think that's 8. So bringing those back down, give it a little bit of a pedal out. I'm going to take that a little bit further now. So we're going to find the same movement but in a slightly hinged forward position. So changing legs again, kicking one foot up behind you, thighs roughly parallel to start with. Again, you've got a chair beside you or something to hold on to. You're going to take a slight forward hinged position, okay? And that already brings you into a kickback. So we're already back, core is nice and strong. Really important that we lengthen here, okay, through the lower back so that we're not arching and rounding. So drawing in through the tummy, lengthen your tailbone, and you bring your knees together and then wide, together, back, together, 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 wide, together. Last time, together and wide, together. Now holding there on one leg, I'm not done with you yet. Let's see if we can open wide, okay, and then see if you can stand up out of your standing leg. So start to tip your water bowl down, so you're pouring water down your standing leg. So we've got this leg cocked, but we've now just turned on the hip, and then straighten your hips up again so that they point forwards. And then again, lift and twist out of that hip and straighten up through your hips. You've still got something to hold on to if you need to. 2 more times. We're going to lift and twist up and out of that standing hip. This is tough. And back in. Last one, option to make this really tough if you want to. We're going to hold, and then we're going to kick and point the toes, bend the knee, kick and point, bend the knee, kick and point, bend the knee, kick and point. 2 more. Kick and point, bend the knee, kick and point, bend the knee. Gently right those hips, they point forwards. Come to stand back up, and you are finished on that leg. Well done. Give that a bit of a shake out or a kick out. We're going to change legs. So we're going to do our back together, side together, and then we've got our twists as well, haven't we? So finding your thighs roughly parallel here, and then we're going to take that forward bend. So that's already given us a backward kick. We're being really careful about our lower back here, aren't we? So we come together, wide, together, back, together, wide, together, back, together, wide, keeping that lower back happy and long, back, together, wide, together, back, together, wide, together, back, together, wide, together, back, together, wide. Last time, back, together, wide. I'm not done with you yet, so we're going to take that wide movement and then see if you can stand up out of that bottom hip twist as if you're pouring water out of your water bowl down your standing leg, and then straighten the hips back again. So we're lifting and twisting out of the bottom hip and then returning. Lift and twist out of the bottom hip, return. And last one, holding here, progressing with me if you wish to. Kick and point, bend the knee, kick and point, bend the knee, kick and point. We've got 3 more. We're gonna kick and bend, 2 and bend, 1, bend, square off those hips, gently start to bring yourself back up to a standing position. Really good job. Okay, so let's just take a stance now with 1 foot forwards. You're going to lift through the toes, the heels planted. Again, holding on if you need to hold on at this point. We're just going to take a gentle roll down towards our toe or our foot. If you can get fingertips to the ground, that can be really helpful for support, but don't worry if that's not you, you can hold on to chair, wall, whatever you need. So with the toes lifted, it gives us a slightly deeper stretch in the calf there. Just let the head and the neck relax. And then gently just walking forwards out of that one, and we'll change legs. So you plant your heel, lift your toes, and you're going to start to take a forward fold and breathe there. Again, you can kind of walk forwards out of that one. We're going to try a standing pigeon. Again, I'd recommend holding on for this one. We're going to cross our ankle just above the knee joint, and then you're going to sink and sit your hips back. So this gives you a really nice rounding in the outer hip, outer thigh there. And we're just going to breathe. You could do this sitting down on a chair, couldn't you? You could cross your ankle on your knee and then lean your body forwards towards your legs. So you'd be in this position, but with a chair for support. Last couple of breaths. And then changing legs. So crossing just above the knee, sinking your hips back and breathing. Nearly there. Nice, just find that length in the outer hip, outer glutes. And then standing. And final stretch we're going to have a go at is just grabbing the foot, pulling it up towards the bottom. Try and get your knees kind of close together. And you can take the pubic bone in the hips and just thrust them forwards a little bit to find more opening here at the front of your hip. If you're quite bendy and you've got something to hold on to, you might want to start pushing your leg back and leaning forwards. And if you push with the foot, push quite strong, you'll get a really good stretch and opening in the hip, in the thigh, but also in the shoulder as well. It's quite good for the shoulder. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and returning and changing legs. So heel to bum. Again, knees roughly together. You could think about drawing your pubic bone and your hips forwards, kind of just a little thrust forwards to find a bit deeper stretch. Again, if you're quite a bendy body and you feel like you've got something to hold on to in balance, you could start to push your foot back, lean the body forwards, and you really want to get that strength. Push the top of your foot into the palm of your hand, holding for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring it back down. Really, really awesome job today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're feeling the strength in your legs, and I'll see you on the next class.